back. Wait. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. Welcome back to Middle Class Pinoy. So just stopping by here at one of the parks downtown Minneapolis. Last time I made a video, I was at Boom Island Park, and this is literally just right across this park. There's a river in the middle, so like right across that river is Boom Island Park. But we're kind of like the opposite side here. I don't know what the name of this park is, but I kind of like this place because you get like lots of shades here from the trees. We did go downtown today, and I kind of just trolled my kids downtown, and they're pretty tired right now, so they're in the car napping. But I thought I'd stop by here and talk to you guys about something, because I have this, I just have the feeling of needing to talk to you guys about it. So this is with regards to a second job or a third job. And I guess you guys are aware because I've been vocal about my part-time jobs, and I feel like this has gotten more and more common lately with many people. I feel like if you're like my situation, I'm the sole breadwinner, so I feel like if you're a sole breadwinner here in America, it's almost absolutely necessary to take up a second or even a third job. So it's not something uncommon to many people. Your secondary job or your tertiary job or whatever, how many jobs you can take, should never be as stressful as your primary job. It should be less stress. It should be pretty easygoing. It should be easy to let go. It should not be demanding. And I'll give you an example. Not too long ago, I applied for a secondary job, and this is a visiting job. Luckily in nursing, you get to work in so many different areas, and so this is kind of like a community nursing. So I get to see people in their homes and visit them, do their assessments and whatnot. So this is this type of job, and I only lasted with this company for about 3 weeks. So just right after I got done with training, I sent my resignation because I could no longer stand to work. It was just too stressful. There have been times where I had to stay even past 2 o'clock in the morning just to finish up the paperwork because they needed it at the deadline. And like I said earlier on this video, your secondary or tertiary job should never be as stressful as your primary, let alone more stressful than your primary job, because you also have to think about your well-being. You have to think about your mental health, your physical health. I've seen people just abusing themselves, working almost every day, 12 hours a day, and that's a fact here in America. I'm not exaggerating that. Literally, some people do that. Not probably only some, probably a lot of people do that, because they absolutely have to, and I get it. But you also have to balance between your health and your family's needs, and sometimes it's really difficult, and kudos to those people who have working spouses who are helping them out in their support for their children. Unfortunately, I don't have that situation currently. I mean, I do have the ability to make that happen. I just don't want to do it because I feel like I'm more productive if I'm only working by myself, and if I'm only being a sole breadwinner. I guess allows me to be more flexible with my time, and with that I feel like there's more cash flow rather than my wife also working, because that'll take up so much of our time and she rarely makes enough money, honestly. So we don't want to go back to the old days where she had to work Mondays through Fridays and I had to like work around her schedule to pick up at my other jobs. And she made only 17, I think, or not even an hour. So it was not much. So she was out of the house for most of the time and most of the week, and we rarely even make ends meet during the time. So it was a difficult time for us, but right now it's better. But like I said, your secondary or tertiary job should never be as stressful as your primary job. It should be less stressful, easy going. It should be less demanding. It should be easy to let go. The good thing about having a second job or a tertiary job is that not only is it necessary, it's also really, securing. Because just in case something happens with your primary job, they end up, letting go of you, or something happens like the company crashes and you have to lay off people and you're one of them, at least you have a second or a third job that you can depend on. That's the good thing about it. The bad thing about having multiple jobs are, of course, the stress. So you just have to work around that and make sure that you're also thinking about your well-being, your mental health, and your physical health, because you don't want to abuse your body. You don't want to abuse yourself. So you can be with your family and you can enjoy life with your family as well. Yeah. So that's all. I really just feel the need to talk about that. And, I hope it helps, and I hope it relates. And like I said, guys, I do have an Instagram page. I haven't seen anybody follow me here. So maybe you can start following me. I'll link it down in the description. I can also, or you can also just like type it in. It's Middle Class Pinoy. Type it in on Instagram. Just start following me. I like suggestions, guys, and I like suggestions. So if you want to suggest what videos you want me to make in the future, let me know down in the comments below. I'm really open to that. I like when people are commenting down in the comment section, because it gives me an idea of what kind of video to make in the future. So let me know of your thoughts, and I will see you on my next videos.